Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Thursday Night Live. Everything and anything in between when it comes to cryptocurrency, affiliate marketing, and the marriage between the two. I'm John, that's Blaine. We are very honored, grateful, thankful that you guys can spend a few minutes with us this evening, this week, this decade. Okay, so the reason I was late, big shout out to my wife. She's on this vegan kick. So in her veganism that she's discovered now, she hasn't had any meat now for probably 6 months, so she's doing good. She's experimenting with food. One of our favorite dishes as a couple, something I make for her and she makes for me back and forth, is a saltfish. It's a traditional dish from where I'm from and also where she's from. So she doesn't eat fish anymore. So she's discovered this vegan recipe that uses palms of heart instead of the fish. And she just made it tonight and she wanted me to sample it with her. That's why I'm a little late. It was really good. And I'm not just saying that. She doesn't even have Facebook, so I'm not like, her sister does have Facebook, so she's always creeping on what I'm doing. But it was really good. It was really good. Anyways, recipe, I can find the recipe for any of you guys that want to try vegan saltfish.
That sounds awesome.
And that's how we start tonight's show, folks. Okay.
Vegan saltfish.
Vegan saltfish. Yeah, so there's so much going on, it's almost overwhelming. Actually, you know what? It's not almost overwhelming. It is overwhelming. This is kind of why we were going to launch a program on Monday, and we kind of agreed that maybe we should just take it easy. Because, and this is what we're going to start tonight off with, the voting is back, folks. What is old is new again. What is new is old. Lots of fun developments with this. Blaine got it set up to where members of ClickTrack Profit can now vote for their favorite advertising programs, whether it's a TE, a mailer, you name it. It doesn't have to be anything or any. It's basically whatever program owner wants to stick this sexy badge into their members area or on the front of the page, wherever they want to do it. We would recommend inside the members area, and we can talk about that in a bit. But you do this. Every Sunday, we redo the numbers, and the top 25 sites get featured inside of ClickTrack Profit. This is exciting. The reason why is, let's just say it's kind of been a little bland over the past couple of years with all the drama and the accounts getting shut down and the industry kind of taking this stagnant approach. But we're really, really excited about everything that's going on. This is something that brings back that feeling, the good old days. Forget all the drama that happened, the PayPal stuff. Who cares? Let's move forward and let's start building this stuff back up again and really highlighting the owners that are knocking it out of the park. So I would implore you guys, I would recommend to you guys, look for the vote badges on the different programs in, not only in the ClickTrack Profit ecosystem, but other owners can stick this badge up on their site as well. So, very important, Sunday, just, to let you know that Sunday's the numbers that reset, and I'll let Blaine kind of go over. I know a lot of you guys will be like, whoa, how is it? Is it vote-based? What's the, how do we come up with a formula that rates the sites and ranks them? So, I will let Blaine explain to you all the dynamics of it, and I'm going to have a sip of my hot beverage.
So apparently I'm talking now.
I was only 7 minutes in, man.
I wasn't aware that I would be talking at 7 minutes in, but I am. So here I am, nonetheless. What I'm doing right now is I'm opening up the top sites thing within CTP, both for the members and for the owners. So as you can see, and I'll go through and explain everything. On the top sites page itself, you've got the rank, the program, and depending on your member level, you can enter your referral ID for that website. So free members, I think it's 0, and then business members get all 25, or entrepreneur members get all 25. but the higher the level, the more that you can enter. So obviously, you want to upgrade there so you can get as many referrals into these programs as possible. Currently, we use 5 metrics to rank all of the sites. So the first metric is new members, and it's new members by week. So it's counting the number of members that you had last week, and this resets every Sunday night, Monday morning. So it's going to count the number of members that you had the week prior that are new, and it's going to put those in there. And it also does, we do badge claims, so the number of badges that your site has claimed. For this to work, if you own badges for your site, all you have to do is go into your own badges and then click on the badge set itself and select the site from the drop down that it belongs to. That's all you have to do to enable it. And then we have votes. And there's 2 ways to vote now for the site. The first is on Top Sites itself, so you can vote there as a logged in member. And then the second is the Top Sites widget that owners can put on their sites. So all they do is they copy and paste a little piece of code, put it on their site, and now you can vote on their site, and you can vote once a week. So just click on that to vote for your favorite sites if they're not in the top 25. The next thing is scavenger hunts. So the more scavenger hunts your site completes, the better it's going to be, obviously, for rankings. And last but not least is the Alexa ranking. I wanted to have a good standard metric or a couple good standard metrics to include. So those are the new members and the Alexa ranking. And the way that the Alexa ranking works, because at the end of the day, it's all points, right? So whoever's got the most points wins. But the way that Alexa ranking works is it gets the ranking of all of the sites, and then whoever's got the lowest ranking gets 1 point. Next up gets 2 points, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 5,000 or however many sites are in CTP. So that's how the points are configured. If the site doesn't offer badges, does it affect their ranking? Yes, it can, because if your site doesn't have badges, you can't get graded on the badges portion. Does that mean that your site's going to rank lower necessarily? Well, not really, because if you have votes and scavenger hunts or new members and or a lower Alexa rank, it can be up there. So it's a conglomerate of all 5 of these metrics that we have currently. And we're going to add more metrics in the future as well, because we want to make it as reliable a source as possible for new members to go to get traffic to their sites, because that's what the majority of these sites are in Top Sites, are traffic producing sites.
Yeah, so this tackles a big, not issue, but feedback we got or issue that arose since we relaunched. Click, track, profit. People go through the click sections of CTP. They're like, where's all the programs that used to be there? Well, how do we get traffic to our sites? So yeah, we focused a lot on email marketing, content creation, and we're big fans of that. But this was part of phase 2. This was part that we wanted to build up. So when we put the top sites out there earlier, and it wasn't exactly how we wanted it, we took it offline. This is why we wanted to put top sites in, because what's going to happen is one of the new lessons that we're building is going to be stuck inside of the click lessons, and it will tell members of CTP, hey, go and check out the top sites for all your traffic needs. The top 25 is where you want to be. So that's how we're doing that. Yeah, so I blamed Don or something. I don't know what happened. You think he just left? Oh, wait, hold on. He sent the message. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's just he'll be right back. So yeah, so that's really what we want to do. Is we were setting it up so that I could basically do these lessons to help our new members at CTP get the best traffic possible, and that's going to be, we're going to send all these people to the top sites. So the top sites at CTP, that's going to be where we recommend. Now, it's not going to be individual sites that we're going to feature in the lesson. It's going to be the top sites itself, because that list is very dynamic and it changes every Sunday. So what we're asking owners to do is obviously, stick it into their members area, but also like Rob has been doing. Rob has been absolutely crushing it, just telling people, hey, go vote for traffic leads to income, and you're good to go. So if we can get more owners doing that, it'll raise awareness for CTP. and everything that we're doing on the platform. So again, it's part of the phase 2 stuff that we couldn't really divulge in phase 1. We wanted to set it up properly, and now we can. So the top sites is there. The badges are there for people to vote on their favorite sites. And yes, Renee, he is the king of the Fireball. Speaking of Fireball, I just finished dinner, so having a coffee. I don't know about you guys, but having a coffee after dinner is so satisfying. I don't know if it's the same for you. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I really enjoy having a coffee after I eat a meal. That's useless information from John. Anyways, okay, so Fireball, Fire-Pay. It's kind of a 2-part discussion I wanted to have with you guys. One, I wanted to kind of get you up to date with what's going on with Fire-Pay, and then kind of why we think Fire-Pay has this potential to really explode into the industry. Okay, so first of all, if you're a program owner, let it be crystal clear that I'm looking to spend CTP tokens with you. Last night I was on a spending spree, and I bought up a bunch of stuff using my CTP tokens. I sent some to Russell too, Russell Stockley, a cup of traffic. But a lot of the people that have Fire-Pay already installed in their business, I've already sent all the CTP tokens to them. So I'm looking for new people. So I put a post out there last night. I put it in a couple of private groups on Facebook. I said, hey, let's get Fire-Pay into your business because I want to spend some money. Now that's just a little marketing joke, was, like, let John spend money at your program. But it got some traction. It got a few people sending us private messages. We got a couple people join the Telegram group. I had some private DMs inside of Facebook. So it worked. The curiosity has come up. Here's the thing, though. The whole point of Fire-Pay, and I made a blog post about it today on CTP Talk, is that this whole process is to give people more options. You guys know my story. I'm not going to beat a dead horse here because it's very similar to everything that we all went through as an entire industry over the past couple of years. I put all my eggs in one basket. That basket took off. I was sitting there, for 3 years going, what? There's no referral link at all, Renee. The reason why we created Fire-Pay is because we wanted to give people more options. Yes, you can go to Stripe and you can add credit cards. Yes, you can go to coin payments and you can put a bunch of crypto into your sites. I mean, there's options out there, but we created our own token with the hopes of it becoming an affiliate marketing centric token, and we're plugging into the community that is Steem. So we wanted to give people an option that had different options, not just credit cards, not just crypto, not just CTP token. We wanted to encompass everything, giving entrepreneurs and program owners many more options to receive payments. And Russell, he put it out, I think, in one of the private chats this morning. He's got like 11 transactions since he stuck Fire-Pay into his business this week. And I think it was 7 out of the 11 were CTP tokens. 7 out of the 11 transactions were CTP tokens. I think he said 2 or 3 were credit cards, and then the final one was coin payments. But that is a clue, right? That's a clue. If I was an entrepreneur and I didn't have vested interest in CTP, but I heard that someone stuck this new payment integration script into their business and 70 to 80% of the transactions they made were from one form of payment, that would send off more like ding, ding, ding. Like it would totally be like, what's going on? I want to be a part of this. What is this? This is what happens and what we're trying to build with Click Track Profit. Right, with the whole, you guys have seen the image, the cycle of life, and I'll try, when Blaine comes back, I'll find the image to share with you guys. It's the CTP token and Fire-Pay cycle of life. What we're essentially trying to do with this token is plug it into a community, right? This is what you get when you accept CTP tokens. you're not only plugging into the CTP community, you're plugging into the Steem ecosystem. Steem is not a top 10 crypto, John. It's like 70 or something like that. It still has 24-hour trading volume of millions of dollars. Okay, Steem is a very, very, very solid blockchain. And believe me, we've done our homework. We chose to build on Steem for a reason. So when you're getting involved in the CTP token and putting CTP onto your website as a payment, accepting a payment, you're not just plugging into the CTP business. You're not just plugging into the community here, the amazing people that are here, the curators at CTP Talk, all the people creating at CTP Talk. You are plugging into the bigger blockchain, into Steem. This is why when someone says they want to install Fire-Pay in their business, but they don't want to include CTP tokens or any crypto, they just want to integrate a credit card. That's why I made that post today on CTP Talk. I was like, this is very dangerous when you put all your eggs in one basket. You want to diversify. You want to have different options. But the big opportunity for me is not just accepting credit cards. Anybody can accept credit cards online. To me, the big opportunity is plugging into this community, plugging into the two communities. I just put 3 up and it's 2. The 2 communities, which is CTP Talk as well as Steem. This is huge. And just like Jen just put in the chat there, the difference between Steem and all your favorite top 10 coins in crypto is this. With Steem, you can actually use this stuff. Crazy. I know. I bought this. This is a Steem silver round. I didn't use dollars with this. I used Steem. I traded Steem for this. I bought it with Steem. I sent Steem or CTP tokens to Russell last night. That's a use case. I got advertising in return. I've sent CTP to Rob Gearing. He sent me advertising in return. I've sent to Michael Kammeyer. Dude, is it Kammeyer? It's Kammeyer, right? Why do I have such a problem saying his last name? Anyways, I got a start page of the week for next week at Traffic Dodgems. So, I mean, there's so many actual use cases for this stuff. Stop worrying about the price. Don't worry about the price of Steem, because there's a lot of haterade that goes around that goes, oh, Steem's a dead project. And that's ignorance. People don't understand the actual use case of this. The fact that it's a blockchain that's got some of the most highly used applications on the planet. 2 of them from stateofthedapps.com are number 1 and 2. Splinterlands and Steemit.com are both built on the Steem blockchain. They're the highest used dApps on the planet. Stop listening to people that don't use this stuff every day. Trust me when I tell you. Why we're telling you guys, just like Rob said, get your content on CTP Talk, you'll get paid. We are trying to show you that there's actual use case for this stuff. Not only will you be able to earn it, you'll be able to share it with others. You'll be able to spend it on partners and merchant sites and Fire-Pay. We are at the beginning of all this stuff. So I'm going to let Blaine beat the dead horse a little bit more, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to get this image for you guys because I want to show it off a little bit to hammer home the point.
Dead horse on?
What's that, sir?
What am I beating the dead horse on?
I was just telling him about Fire-Pay and how awesome it is.
Yeah, so Fire-Pay right now is in what I'm terming as the beta phase, right? So we're looking for people that want to integrate everything that we have within Fire-Pay. The problem is Fire-Pay costs us money to create and to run. It took me hundreds of hours, which equates to thousands of dollars in real speak, to build the site. So we are foregoing owners having to pay anything to get in if they integrate everything that's in there, the CTP token specifically. So that's what we're looking for, is those members that want to integrate with us and integrate the CTP token into their sites. Yeah, beat the dead unicorn.
I like it, Rob. Yes.
So if you want to do that, by all means, I'm all for it. But if you're just looking for an easy way to integrate Stripe, Fire-Pay is not the solution or the answer that you want. The answer that you want is go pay $500 or more for somebody else to integrate it into your site. because it's not simple to integrate. This is a complicated process for all of the payment processors to integrate those and have those used within Fire-Pay. And we're providing it completely for free to all of the owners currently. So in the future, that may change, but right now within beta and with everything testing out, I'd love to get more feedback from the people that are using it, the owners that have it integrated, and everything, because right now, everything that we're looking at with Fire-Pay, there's a lot of people purchasing things with CTP tokens. There's a lot of people making purchases through Fire-Pay, and it's really good, and it's going to continue to kick off, and that's what we're hoping for.
It's absolutely seamless, and I'm obviously, you know, for me and Blaine to sit up here and go rah rah rah, it's obvious, but it really is. It shows the power of Steem. Also, Blaine's amazing coding, but it shows the power of how Steem was it's just such a simple process. Steem wallet or keychain says, hey, do you want to do this? You confirm it, it sends it, it's there. Like the IPN works perfectly, or IPI, excuse me. So it's a fantastic experience. There was actually one of the more well-known traffic exchange owners of yesteryear actually was curious and was poking around about it on Facebook today, and they brought up a really good question. They're like, well, what are the fees for this? And like, how long does it take, like, for the payments to get released? And Russell did a great job answering it, but of course I chimed in because I'm an idiot and I didn't read Russell's answer first. But what I said was this: just what Blaine said. This is beta. This is, yeah, it's launched and it's working, but we still don't have the volume needed to kind of judge what the pricing is going to be for this. So what we're doing right now for owners that want to jump on board now, we're not charging. There's no charge. It's literally stick the script in, start accepting CTP token, and let's see how this goes. So I told him, I said, you know, it's absolutely free to use this right now. On top of that, Steem transactions, CTP token transactions, there's no cost. If you send and receive money on the blockchain that is Bitcoin, on the Litecoin blockchain, on the Ethereum, you got to pay gas, you got to pay these fees. Steem, CTP don't have any fees, so there's zero fees. And then the next thing is that it's 3-second transactions. You don't need to wait 7 days to get your payment. It's immediate, 3 seconds. It's in your Steem wallet, you're good to go. Your CTP wallet, you're good to go. So, Michael, you bring up a really good question. Is Steem and CTP token the same? No. What CTP token is, it's technically a side chain of Steem. So when you're earning CTP tokens, what's really cool, the way that this blockchain is built and the way that the technology of the CTP token is, you're actually earning both. So CTP is traded on 2 exchanges that has a market value, and then Steem is traded on a bunch of different exchanges that have market value. So depending on the tags you use when you're creating content on CTP, you can get paid up to, well, if you're a real big abuser, and there's a few abusers on there, they get paid in like a dozen different tokens when they create content. But I do about 3 max. So when I'm putting content out there, I'm not just getting CTP tokens. I'm not just getting Steem tokens. I'm also getting things like PAL tokens. I'm also getting things like Steem Leo tokens, Sports Talk tokens, Jam tokens. I'm getting all these different tokens that are rewards from the different communities on Steem. CTP Talk is one community on Steem. So this is why it's so powerful, and why I'm trying to get people to like really get excited about this. The image up there shows you, I threw it up there if you guys want to check it out. The cycle of life, why I'm encouraging people to keep creating. Because you create on CTP, you're not just getting rewarded in CTP, you're earning on CTP, you're earning on Steem no matter what. You're always earning on Steem no matter what front end you use. So if it's CTP, Sports Talk, Jam Token, Steem Leo, whatever, you're always earning Steem no matter what. So it's really exciting. So you can actually be a whale on CTP now. I think 10,000 to 20,000 CTP makes you a whale. It takes 500,000 to be a whale on Steem. That's a lot of money, because Steem is trading about 17 cents, 16 cents, 17 cents right now. So you can see that, you know, it's a lot easier to get involved in CTP now and build your CTP stake up, because we're out there curating. You got to remember, that every time I upvote you, or Blaine upvotes you, or Jen upvotes you, or anybody in the CTP community upvotes you, you're getting paid, and they're getting paid. They're getting paid for liking your stuff. Mind blowing. You're actually getting paid to like other people's stuff on this. So that's why we're encouraging you guys to create, because there's a lot of people in chat here that want to pay you by liking your stuff, because not only do you get paid, they get paid too. So yes. Lisa, the easiest way to find the tags is through Steem engine. So just to give you an example. So this is the, I'm just throwing it, this is because the number one. So this is my, this is the mining token, right? So if you click on that, you go to the miner, but if you that's for the CTP miner that mines the tokens, the CTP tokens for you. But if you click on tokens on the top right of Steem engine, it will list every single tribe or token that's traded on Steem engine. There's thousands of them. A lot of it is goobly gunk and just, you know, garbage, but you'll see certain tokens that are always up top and always traded and have high volume. So you're looking at Steem Leo, you're looking at Sports Talk, you're looking at Jam Token, PalNet. There's a lot of different tribes and specific tribes. Like, you find a niche that you really like, there's probably a tribe on Steem and a community on Steem that will reward you for creating on their platform. So it's not just CTP, even though CTP is what we're trying to build, because we're trying to do affiliate marketing and this mix of blockchain and affiliate marketing. But there's a whole lot of other stuff out there. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Michael. Exactly. So it's a really, really exciting time to get involved in this. And I know we're beating a dead horse here, but or beating a dead unicorn, excuse me. It is. You're right, Rob. It is. It's fun. It's a ton of fun. It's so much fun to reward people. Like, I love looking at the rich list and the top 10 or top 20 on the CTP holding. And like, one of our top guys is Zoltan. Like, he's one of our top guys. One of our top guys is Mick Owen. You know, I mean, it's just, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for people that really want to start creating now, because, again, showing that image again, the cycle of life. The more you create, the more CTP you get. The more CTP you get, the more you're going to spend it with our partners in Fire-Pay. So it's this huge, like I said, you're plugging into the community. It can't be understated. I can't beating the dead unicorn. I can't beat the dead unicorn enough to explain to you how awesome it is to plug into this community. Not only is CTP supportive, but look at Steem. Steem has got some of the most supportive people on the planet, and they're all wanting to build this stuff up. So that's the benefit of getting involved in Fire-Pay now. That's the benefit of creating on CTP Talk now and every day. Exactly, Jen. It's a fantastic community, and you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. And we hope. I've been reading a lot of comments. A lot of comments recently in a lot of the blog posts I've been making. And me and Rob actually talked about this the other day. I think it was at Rob's seminar. No, it was in Telegram. It was one or the other. But this has the feeling right now, and especially if you guys may not have been around back then, but this has the feeling of early 2000s. This is how exciting this is. The same feeling I had in my gut, which made me go all in on home-based businesses, affiliate marketing back in like 2000, I have that same feeling when it comes to what we're doing here. It's exciting time to be here. It's a very exciting time to be here. I can't stress that enough. I know it's being the dead unicorn, but okay. So Lisa, little state. What does that mean? Great question. So this will be like blockchain 101. So I'm going to try to talk techie without overcomplicating it. Okay. So as you know, Steem is on a blockchain. The most popular blockchain on the planet is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a blockchain that uses a technology called proof of work. So how it works in a nutshell, remember, blockchains are just ledgers, right? It's just, you want to balance the ledger. That's all blockchains are. So when one computer says, I'm sending this amount of Bitcoin to this computer, or wallet to wallet, the network or the blockchain confirms it on the ledger. Yes, this is being sent. Yes, I received it. So proof of work is the computers working to secure that transaction. So a proof of work blockchain like Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum. Ethereum's a little bit of everything, but mostly Bitcoin and Litecoin. Proof of work. So the computers or the miners are proving to the network that the transaction is legit. Proof of work costs a lot of money because you need the computing power to secure it. You need the computing power to do the transactions and to do the calculations. That's why when it first started, you could mine a bunch of Bitcoin on your computer. Now to mine a Bitcoin, it'll take, if you do it on your computer, because it gets so intense and there's so much calculations, you could probably mine one Bitcoin in about 1,000 years on your computer. So they need mining rigs, and it just gets into this astronomical amount of money to do this stuff. Steem works on this thing called proof of stake, or proof of brain, but proof of stake, delegated proof of stake. So when you stake your coin, your CTP coin or Steem. So remember, every time I'm talking about Steem, it's the exact same thing as CTP. Different, it's a side chain, but it's the same technology. When you're staking, you are proving to the blockchain that you have this amount of crypto staked to the blockchain. So the work is done by staking. It's not, you're mining it by staking it and creating content on it, not by making your computers work. So the more you have staked, the more you're telling the blockchain, I'm an investor in this blockchain. And what's really cool, this is what blows your mind when you really get it, there's an inflation, a rewards pool on top of the blockchains, both CTP and Steem, that pay out. So if I have a bunch of staked CTP, I'm telling CTP's blockchain that I'm a holder, I have 10,000 CTP staked. I'm going to get a chunk of this rewards pool for creating or curating, liking people's stuff or liking or commenting or creating, and the blockchain will confirm it. That got really confusing, but the blockchain will confirm it, saying, yes, this is something that was created. There's value here. Look at all my peers that have upvoted me or proved to the blockchain because of their stake that this is something of value. That was really confusing. I tried to really simplify that, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I confused it. So in a nutshell, let's break it all down. The more CTP or Steem that you have staked, the more of the rewards pool you get to share every single day. And it pays out every 7 days. So you create content today, you have 7 days to either get as many upvotes as you can, or people can downvote you, but we don't downvote at CTP. So you have 7 days to make as much money as you possibly can from that piece of content. I hope that helps. People are probably like, dude, you just confused me even more. So, Jen, if we make content, is there something other than affiliate marketing we have to put other tribe, or we stay at CTP Talk? Yeah, so if you put the CTP CTP tag inside of your blog post, it'll show up on CTP. What we're asking though is if it's not business related, affiliate marketing related, just don't put the CTP tag in your content. People are generally pretty cool with it. I'm not like this hard nosed, like, oh, don't do this. That's what we're asking. And we're hoping that the community kind of like self-polices. But that's the only thing. We just ask that if you're going to use the CTP tag, that it's business related, that it's affiliate marketing related. Investing is cool too, stuff like that, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's a really good example. Okay, so Jen posts a lot of spiritual stuff on her stuff. The difference between what Jen posts and like someone just saying, oh, here's my spiritual post of the day. Jen's got a business behind that. So that's her business. It's like when Fiber Frau, when she posts about knitting, that may not be like, oh, that's not affiliate marketing, but it's her business. So that stuff is fine. So as long as you got a passion, right, for whatever the topic is, and you're making money from it or trying to make money from it, it's fine. It's fine for CTP. I'm totally cool with that. And the community supports the community, right? Well, there's huge, Jen, I mean, there's huge fans of there's actually a lady I met in Toronto at a Steem conference a couple of years ago. I think she was in West Virginia or something like that. She was huge in the dog rescue, I think, like huge. And she had an entire community on Steem that was into it. So again, like I said, I have it written down here, plug into the community. You'll find the communities because there's so many of them in in Steem. So you can find amazing communities that support rescue and shelters and stuff like that because they're out there. Believe me, they're out there for sure. Yeah, and that, Lisa, this is the big thing, right? I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, right? I mean, obviously, I just tried to explain this to you guys, and I probably confused it I probably did more harm than good. Once you understand the ledger, the blockchain, once you get that, once you understand that everything is, it's technology that it's built upon, right? And we used to use databases. Databases were corruptible. Databases could be lost. A blockchain is different because you can't lose a blockchain. Blockchain, once it starts, it's the Genesis block is mined, it's good to go. It's immutable. You can't change it. Once you get that, you start diving into what delegated proof of stake is, what proof of brain is, what proof of work is. I would highly recommend that you go to Steem.com. I think that's the link. Yeah, you go to Steem, Steem.com, and I'll find the link here. Social users. No, that's not it. Just give me a sec. I'm trying to find something here for you. FAQs. This really helped me when I got started. I can't find this thing. Entrepreneurs, maybe. Blockchain of opportunity. I totally agree. Steem white paper. There we go. Okay. So if you click on entrepreneur, so you click on that link and then click entrepreneur, scroll down a bit, you'll say case study Steem white paper. The Steem white paper, there's a lot of technical jargon that will probably, you'll just be like, like, oh my gosh, like, are you really making me read this stuff, John? Read it. You don't need to understand it all. Just read through it. It's about 40 pages long. It's really intense. If you're a technical super nerd, you'll love it. But read the parts about delegated proof of stake. Read the parts about proof of brain. That helped me immensely when I jumped into Steem in December of 2017. Once I read that white paper, I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. Here's the thing about Steem. There's no ICOs. There was no investors getting into this. This is all community-based. Everybody started at zero. Yeah, there was ninja mining when it started, and there's a lot of people that got really rich because they got in on Steem really quick. But there's no ICO. There was no illegal offerings like, the ICOs, all the drama from last year. There was none of that with Steem. Read that white paper. You'll be blown away at how it was created and the thought process behind it. It really helped me a ton. And I read it. I printed it out. I stapled it. I read it multiple times. I didn't understand half of it, but I got delegated proof of stake. I got proof of brain. It made sense to me. It was over for me after that. So the more you use it, the more you'll understand it too. Really good point there. Yep. Need to see if there's any exotic bird community. So Michael, when I first joined Steem, that's the first thing I started doing. Steep Shot, which was the first version of Epix, which is the mobile app that you can take pictures of, the Instagram of Steem. Steep Shot was one of them. I started taking pictures of my bird. Like, that's all I did. There is communities. It's not very big, but there's a lot of people that have parrots. Lots of people. And when I started sticking up pictures of my parrot, I got a lot of traction. So yes, you can plug in there. This is the thing, dude. This is the thing. This is what's so awesome about Steem. You can start a bird community. That's what's awesome. I'll definitely be the first person to join it too, for example. But that's what's cool about Steem. You can create your own communities here. The possibilities are endless. So, absolutely, yeah. It's Mookie, poor Mookie. Yeah, it's crazy. It's literally, like you said, Jen, anything you can think of, you can build on Steem. This is why we brought CTP over. This is why we brought CTP over. So I found this this graphic that I laminated before the show. I want to go over. I'm gonna do my. See, this is the thing with me. Hi, Blaine. Blaine's gonna love this. When Blaine will find like graphics or images and he'll send them to me, and he'll basically say, "Hey, go do a CTP version of it." So I found this one, and I'm debating whether to share it from you guys or wait until I create, because I can create this thing in like an hour. I'll create the image, but it's gonna tackle the biggest issue that everybody says when they're kind of like, exactly, it's kind of basically that right there. I'll draw.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I just know that it's probably got to do with this.
It is. I'm gonna try to draw this for you guys, okay? You guys ready for drawings? Guys ready for drawings? All right. Okay, this is supposed to be 2 circles. It doesn't really look like 2 really good circles. But the one on the left says what they want. The one on the right says what you know. Right here. Right in the middle. Right in the middle, you're going to blog about this. It's got to be a mix of what they want with what you know. And this is coming from Darren Rose of ProBlogger.com. But I've seen this example a lot, so I don't think he owns the rights to this. But the idea is this. So all around this circle, you would put things like what they need. What's their aspirations? What problems are they facing? What questions do they have? What fears do they have? What curiosities do they have? So this is what they want, and now this is just, I'm just writing this out, and I'll do a better diagram here for you guys. But this shows you what they want. On the right side, it's expertise, experience, skills, passion, stories, information, the things that you know, right? Let's use Michael as an example, right? We're going to use Michael's love of birds as an example. So on the left side here, when what is something that they want when they're getting into bird care? It's like a mind map. Yeah, exactly. What they want, like, and speaking from someone who owned a bird, I didn't know anything what I was getting into. I was curious about it, but I had all these questions. So I had questions about what problems would I face with taking care of the bird, the questions I had, the different information about the bird, fears of owning a bird, the needs of the bird. How could I do urgent care for the bird? The curiosity questions, like how could I tend to it if it broke a wing, or if I clipped if its nail too short? What are these fears that I'll be facing as a new bird owner? Michael has expertise. He has experience. He has skills. He has passions. He has stories. He has information about bird ownership. Right here. It meets in the middle. He should blog about birds, if that makes sense. So your job as a marketer, and this is content marketing, and I'll write this out for you guys in a nice graphic that you can print out and laminate. But you need to find that sweet spot. You might not think that your passion has like an audience, but everything does. This is long tail marketing, man. Chris Anderson's book, Long Tail, read it. It's awesome. It talks about this. You're not trying to be all things to everybody. You're trying to find your little sliver, your little piece of the market. And you will find your piece in the market to write about stuff all the time when you figure out what they want and what you know and combine them. So this is going to be a lesson. This will be a diagram. I will break this down. This is what it looks like. This is the Darren Rose one. What they want, what you know, this is what you're going to blog about, right in the middle. Yeah, sweet spot is sitting on the couch. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Everybody will be sitting on the couch this weekend, right, for Super Bowl. So, yeah, so really important because, again, the biggest concern we hear about is, well, I don't know what to write about. I don't know what to you're telling me to go create content on CTP Talk. I don't know what to write about. Well, first start off with what you know. What's your passions? What stories do you have? What skills do you have? What experience do you have? What expertise do you have? What information that you have that's unique to your journey? And now you combine it with what they want and you find out their questions, their problems, their aspirations, needs, curiosities, and fears. Simple stuff, man. You do not need to write War and Peace every day. Obviously, you can see from my content, I do about a 500-word article a day. That's it. When I'm doing videos, it's a lot shorter than that. You don't need to sit down with pen and paper and bang your head against the wall. You've just got to find that sweet spot that what you know, what you've got expertise and passions for, and then find the market and answer their questions and concerns and fears. Blog about that, and you've got fantastic content that you can create on CTP Talk. Well, what good is that, John? The more you blog about it, the more confident you get, the more of an authority figure you become, the more you get paid.
Yeah, it's the same thing I've been saying for a long time. Write about what you know and love, because there's an affiliate product, but there's an affiliate product for that. And if you know and love something, you're getting really long tail really quickly with what you're trying to do. Yeah, Michael, you make it harder than everybody makes it harder than it needs to be. I made it harder than it needed to be for 5 or 6 years before I went, holy crap, it's this simple.
Yeah, man. It's we're our own worst enemy. And this is the thing, this is why, again, plugging into a community, we're kind of going in a big cycle of life here. Why it's so important to create on CTP Talk /Steem. Because no one is expecting, at least the CTP Talk community is not expecting a Pulitzer Prize winning article. You are going to suck when you first start creating content. You are going to be horrible. It's going to be like, it's like the most cringeworthy stuff. It's supposed to suck. What's the thing we always said? Embrace the suck. That's what we want to do. We want to get better each and every day by creating each and every day. We make it harder than it needs to be because we sit there and kind of like, I don't know if this is not, no one's going to like this. People are going to critique my English. They're going to say that no, CTP Talk community will support you. We will support you. We will upvote you. We will comment on your posts. We will curate you. We will share it with you guys, with other people. So plugging into a community will help you get better each and every day. And this is what CTP Talk is bringing to you guys. And again, the big cycle of life, it all comes back to Fire-Pay into CTP tokens, Fire-Pay into CTP tokens. You can basically fund your affiliate marketing business all here at CTP. And then start earning more. So you start pocketing money, but you can take the money, you can trade it for Steem and then trade it for USD. You can do so many amazing things in this community, and everyone here will support you along the way. So that was my speech. You got to suck to soar. Yeah, man. I like it, Rob. I like it. A big shout out to Rob Gearing. He was the featured member. Lisa was the featured member of the week last week on my road to 5,000 CTP. This week it was Rob. That's something that we do, and anybody could do this. I shared this with people about our little thank you notes that we send out. What we do at CTP is not rocket science. It's really not. Like, okay, Blaine does a lot of crazy stuff that's awesome, and Cody and stuff, but when it comes to me, here it is, folks. Rob shared this on his Facebook wall. This is the game plan. That's it.
Do things. Invest in yourself. And investing in yourself doesn't necessarily.
You're having a hell of a time. What's going on with your internet, or is it my internet?
It's not my internet. It's my computer. Whenever I open up a specific program that I think I just reopened on accident. No, I'm good now. So invest in yourself. Learn more, gain more knowledge. It doesn't have to mean spending money, but invest in yourself and invest in what you're doing. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. Become an expert at that. I decided a long time ago that I wanted to be an expert at programming and building things and making things pretty from nothing. So that's what I've done, and that's what I've invested in. John focuses on content marketing and stuff like that, and that's where he's invested in himself and gotten really good at. So that's what you need to do, and it doesn't matter what it is. You can be a really good designer, and then you can sell that. You can be a really good talker and sell that. You can really love cats and sell that.
You can sell that. Yes, Michael. You go right here. Or you don't even know. I'm going to send you the link right now. Steem Press. Yeah, Lisa beat me to it, but it's right here. So this is that's the link right there. That is the WordPress plugin that you can use for your blog. It's free to use, and they actually reward you. They actually upvote you, and they got like 1 million Steem power delegations. So when I get upvoted, I'll get like $2 to $3 from them in Steem when they upvote me. So very supportive community, really good guys. I met them in Poland last year when I was at Steem Fest. This is how you combine that with CTP. When you set that up, once you put the plugin into WordPress, there's a little admin section for it, and you just choose the keywords. All you got to do is just make sure you put CTP in the keywords into Steem Press, and when it posts, it'll use the tag. Super easy. Super, super easy. So Steem Press, I'm a huge fan of. I've talked about it in Steem Savvy. I've actually, when I did that little meme this week for Jen's 2020 vision, that's the one I switched out instead of LinkedIn. I put Steem Press because I use Steem Press multiple times a week, at least 2 to 3 times a week I use it. So I'm a huge fan of Steem Press. So if you need any help too, just let me know. I'll show you the tricks of the trade. Been using Steem Press since day one too, so big fan of it. Yeah, man. So that's the big thing. I mean, I got through what I wanted. The CTP voting is back. Make sure that you get plugged into the community with Fire-Pay and CTP tokens. I wanted to talk to you guys about, finding your sweet spot. And I'm going to do a really, really nice graphic for you guys that you can take and print out and laminate too, because I laminate everything. I'll probably throw this out and then just use the CTP one, because be a product of your product. Use your own stuff, right? I tell that to my buddies all the time. I game with every night. They're always like, "Oh, we're big fans of this, and we wear this type of clothing and this." And we always talk about weird stuff at night. And I was like, you know what I do? I usually wear like clothing that I make. I put my logos on stuff. Yeah, I wear my NBA hat, but whatever. I need to get a CTP hat. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna get a CTP hat next. I'll get it from Zazzle or something. Anywho. I digress. Be a product of your product. Very important. Very important. So let me shut down the recording because I don't want to upset the dear sirs. So thank you guys for watching on DTube and YouTube. But stay tuned, folks that are here live at Facebook. We got more fun stuff ahead. Ta-ta.